check it out, guys. I went to bed wearing a Metroid shirt, and I woke up to a new Metroid trailer. 100%, I think I am responsible for the announcement of Metroid Dread. You can thank me by buying my books at blackcatbooks.org. Cruel and Beautiful Eye of the Dragon. Check those out. So, yeah, Nintendo wins again. How many E3s in a row is this? Like 20 at least? That Nintendo has completely, undeniably dominated. I was going to make a separate video about this. I think I can wait until like the weekend when like I actually can start uploading to YouTube again. But generally speaking, Nintendo has been phenomenal these past couple of years. And this year in particular, I think, has been the best E3 they've had since the Switch started. This thing was great. I saw so many great games that I wasn't expecting to see. So many games that I wasn't expecting to like. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a great example. I'm not even sure, like, I'm tired as fuck. I legit, like, woke up after, like, 4 hours of sleep. I don't know why. I was planning on staying in bed for a couple more hours, but you know, I woke up, tried to nap, and I was just like, no, I'm going to have to watch the Nintendo Direct. So, got up, watched it, do not regret it. From start to finish, we saw nothing but great announcements. I guess we should go through a list. Let me see if I can pull up a list of everything they announced. But yeah, I was very, very impressed, needless to say. Nintendo Direct. Okay. I guess I could go to Niche Gamer. Hang on. These lists, you can't even trust game journalists to give you like a list of stuff that have just been announced. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll go to. Let's see, Danganronpa. Yeah. I've been wanting to get into Danganronpa for a long time. Seeing this on Switch, seeing an entire collection of all 3 games is really exciting to see. The Breath of the Wild sequel, still unsubtitled, coming 2022. Super, super exciting. The gameplay we've seen looks great. It looks beautiful. And what's more exciting is that it ties into The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, because we now know that it takes place, a part of it, in the sky. Entirely new areas in the sky of Hyrule. We'll get to visit Skyloft in Breath of the Wild 2. How exciting is that? Those of you who insisted and cried and bitched and moaned about Skyward Sword being bad are about to get BTFO, because it's about to be one of the most iconic areas in Zelda. In Breath of the Wild 2, really exciting for me to see. As a fan of Skyward Sword, this is honestly probably just as exciting as a direct sequel. I am very excited about this. Advance Wars getting remade. Great announcement. I just made a video about like how much I love the original Advance Wars. Never played 2, but yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out. Fatal Frame 5 port. Great game. I really enjoy Fatal Frame. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Yeah, I saw the gameplay for that. Really exciting. A new WarioWare. Fantastic. I love WarioWare. I just talked about like the original a while back. I just played it a while back actually on stream. Yeah, I love WarioWare. That looks great. Metroid Dread. I think probably like one of the bigger announcements is that we're finally getting a sequel to the long-awaited Metroid Dread. Like this was a project that was being teased since like Metroid Prime 3. And I wonder what took so long for this to be made, but it seems to be like reusing a lot of assets from Samus Returns. It seems to be very, very similar with the counter and stuff like that. As a big fan of Samus Returns, I am personally really excited, especially about the prospect of, again, at the Pretendos being BTFO. These are the same people who insist that, like, Samus Returns was somehow worse than another Metroid 2 remake. And here we are with a sequel, an official sequel to Metroid Dread, long before a sequel to another Metroid 2 remake could ever be realized. Oh wait, I'm sorry. There never is going to be a sequel to another Metroid 2 remake. So you can go fuck yourself. Okay, so Mario Party Superstars. I really liked it. It looks like a remake of like the N64 games. I guess that might be a little bit disappointing to some people. I myself was kind of looking at it and being like, this looks like the exact same thing as the originals, but the originals in this series were the best. So like, and the graphics do look great. So I'm not sure if it can really be considered a remake. It might be considered a remake of like Top 100. Actually, it seems to have the same minigame setup, 100 minigames from the N64 game. I liked it. I think it might be a good way for younger players to start getting into like Mario Party. Understand like the highlight of the series. I am really excited for that. Super Monkey Ball Collection. I just bought the first 2 games on GameCube. Like, I didn't spend a ton of money, but yeah, I wish I waited. I do. Yeah, Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxies. Nobody cares about that. Is that everything? I can't think of anything else like worth discussing. I mean, I'm just looking at a list here, but yeah, by far, indisputably, I think Nintendo has won E3. I'll probably be talking about this at a later date, but this E3 has probably been the worst ever. Like, no one announced anything good. Outside of Nintendo consoles, nobody has made like any major confirmations of anything new or exciting or interesting. There's been nothing, right? For an entire an entire console generation almost. And now we're getting Nintendo Directs like this. 40 minutes of nonstop exciting announcements and coverage. Like, the worst thing you can say about this Direct is like maybe there were a few too many ports, but it was still really interesting regardless. There were a lot of these ports that I wanted to see, like Danganronpa, like I said. Nintendo really hit it out of the park with this one, and I cannot wait for some of these announcements to start coming out. Oh, and what's more, and I think this is probably another really big thing, something that I think is going a bit over other people's heads. All of these games are coming out in 2021. Other than like Breath of the Wild 2, which is a 2022 release, these are all 2021 titles. Like, everything is coming out in the next couple of months. I think the latest thing they announced was like Advance Wars 1 and 2, which is coming out like December 3rd. Like, Mario Golf is coming out like on the 25th of this month. We have like WarioWare coming, what was it, July 6th or something? Lots of games in July. Shit, July is so fucking stacked. I think we have a couple of August releases. I think we have like at least one really good game coming out like a month for the rest of the year, which is insane. Like, that's always really good for a console to have. I'm gonna have to like look at my my Amazon listings and see like what's coming out when. It's possible a lot of this stuff might be coming out at the same time. I think Disgaea 6 is coming out soon, actually. Like, that wasn't even talked about. Like, Rune Factory 5 might be coming out like before the end of the year. We'll see, but. No More Heroes 3 is coming out before the end of the year. This year is stacked. This year has been, like, probably the best year Nintendo Switch has had. And with Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in 2022, with Splatoon 3 coming out in 2022, it's very possible that things might even get better. Like, that's the scary thing about this. This isn't even, like, their final form. Like, the Nintendo Switch has been scary successful over the past couple of years. And I cannot wait to see what Nintendo does going forward.